Hey guys, what's up? It's Trent with the Bully Barn. Today we got a neat episode for you guys. We're gonna be hanging out with Elvis and Jagger. And it's not often that I show puppies in lanky stages. I know a lot of breeders don't do this, but I'm doing this today. I'm gonna show you guys a lot. I'm gonna teach you guys a lot of what I do, and we're gonna have a unique kind of fun day today. All right, so here's Elvis, here's Jagger. We'll get them moving towards the camera. We'll back y'all up and let them move towards the camera real quick. Elvis. Good boy. Good boy. Elvis is a 32-pound monster puppy, but this is him in his lanky stage. And I'm guessing he's gonna be about 17 to 18, probably 17 and a half. I'm hoping, I would love for him to be around 16 and a half to 17, but I did a video not long ago, and we're gonna talk about that here in a minute, talking about vertical inches, and I don't really care, okay? If the dog has breed type, the dog is proportioned well, that's what we breed for. We breed for proportion, you know? When you look at three things on the dog, what are the most three important things you look at? Okay, I'm asking you guys this, and you can put what you think in the comments, guys, but I'm telling you, the three things that I look for, the first thing I'm looking at is the headpiece, because it's very complex. There's a lot that goes on with the headpiece to make the American Bully headpiece, to fit that standard. A lot of shape, a lot of proportion compared to the body, compared to the, you know, the top skull, compared to the muzzle, the head width, the head size compared to the body, the cheeks. There's a whole lot that comes into play when it comes to the headpiece. So headpiece is number one for me, all right? Number two, proportion of the dog. I look at the dog. I know what I'm looking at when I look at a dog. So I'm breaking that dog down. I'm looking at the front shoulder set. I'm looking at the rear end. I'm looking at the back length. I'm looking at the rib cage girth, the body girth, okay? I'm looking at the bone on the dog. I'm looking at the rear end. Is it hocked? Is it not? I'm looking at the front feet. You know, I'm looking at the fronts. I'm looking at the chest spread. I'm looking at the shoulder set, if I haven't mentioned that yet. You know, I'm looking at all these things, neck length, okay? And it sounds real complicated, but it's not, guys. You just gotta study and you gotta look. That's number two. The third thing that I'm gonna look at, and this is what I think, and this isn't just my own statistic and what I believe, okay? I believe that less than 10% of dogs have a level top line, or a top line that actually slopes, you know, downward. Okay, less than 10% of dogs within the American Bully community. I'm not talking about, you know, other breeds, because those have been well established around for a long time. Most of those dogs, you can breed a lab to a lab, and, you know, you're gonna get a dog that has great structure, great feet, great movement, you know, all that good stuff. Good top line, same thing. Other breeds I'm not talking about. This is specifically about the American Bully, guys. I'm gonna pick up Jagger and let you guys check him out. Okay, walk over here and we'll check him out real quick. The boys are playing. So Elvis, okay, and like I said, guys, I'm showing you them in their lanky stages. Most breeders are not gonna do this. You're gonna see the puppy at 6 weeks, looking huge, and then you're gonna see the puppy at 10 months to a year old. You know, the first glamour shot, they bust them out, they look crazy good, okay? We're not doing that today. Today, we're gonna show you guys what they look like in the lanky stage. I'm actually really excited about today because this is real cool. You guys, we're gonna do another comparison video, probably here in about 6 to 8 months. And maybe shorter than that. We'll see. We'll see how we feel about it and how things are rolling. So I'm gonna let you guys check out Jagger, okay? Here's Jagger, beautiful pup. He's probably gonna be about 14 and a half. He's off of Venezuela and Twix. Beautiful boy. We are gonna do some puppy training. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do with every single dog that I have. Females, not so much, because females a lot of time, unless you're going to the show ring, of course, yes. But a lot of times, majority of females are gonna be brood stock females. You know, they're females for your yard, for your program. They have a lot of good traits and features that you wanna push forward with, and they're not exactly a finished product. Sometimes males are the same thing. More or less a breeding tool is what we're getting after when I was just talking about. So, all right, first things first, guys. I don't usually do both at the same time, but for a second, I'm gonna try this, okay? Elvis, Jagger, come. Good boys, sit. Good boys, down. Good boys. Both of them, okay? All right, let them chew those snacks for a second. Good boy. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. Stay. Stay. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. Yes, that's good. Good. All right, guys, you saw that. That was pretty neat, right? They don't always listen that good, but we've been working probably about 2.5 weeks or so, about 4 times a week. So what I'm going to show you guys, okay, real quick, just on this, real quick tips. Look at that little free stack he's hitting. Ooh, good boy. Okay, so to get the dog to sit, okay, as a puppy, all you do is you use a treat. You don't always have to give them a treat. All right, so what I do is I'll lure the dog. I start out like this. Jagger. I'll lure the dog. If they come to the treat, I'll give them a treat. Pet them, praise them. Let them know that that was good. If they look at you like Elvis, good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay, treat them, okay? You have their attention, that's what you want. I'm not the best dog trainer ever, guys. I'm telling you what works for me, okay? So, you lure the dog, all right? So, in order to get them to lay down, you're gonna take the treat in your hand. You're gonna cup your hand like this and make their nose bury under it, okay? And same thing with sitting, watch. Take the treat, Elvis, Elvis, sit above their head. When they sit, give them a treat, good boy, okay? And you'll get good at that, and they'll get good at that. When they first start, they're not gonna understand exactly what you want, okay? But that's what we're looking at is a sit, okay? And to lay down, hey, Elvis, sit, good boy, okay? Like I said, cup that hand, down, good boy, good boy. And like I said, guys, usually I train one at a time, but today I wanted to do something kind of unique and show you guys what I do. Jagger, Jagger, sit, good boy, down, good boy, good boy. I know, you need some love too. Okay, so that's what I teach, all right? Lure the dog to sit down, get them to lay down. Get them to lay down. After they lay down, bring them back up with the treat. Lure them. Everything that you do. You could even get them to go between your legs, okay? Lure them, treat them, tell them goods, tell them good boy, good girl. Spend some time with them, all right? So that's what I do. I get them to sit. I get them to lay down. Basic obedience. And then I work on stay. After, and this is 5 minutes a day, guys. And that's the most important thing here. It's not about getting an hour in per day. They're like little 2-year-olds. They don't care. They're gonna lose interest after 5 minutes anyway. So there's no reason to put in no 20, 30, 40-minute session with the puppy. It's just, it's overkill and they're gonna get frustrated and it's just too much. Literally 5 minutes a day is all it takes. And like I said, other people may do things differently, but this is what I do, okay? I work with the pups for literally 3 to 5 minutes once or twice a day. If I feel like doing twice a day, sometimes on the weekend, if I'm not quite as busy, I will do twice a day with them, but I'll do like a 3-minute session and that's it. You know, good boy, pet on them, love them, and then you're done. So that's what I do. Get them to sit, get them to lay down, then you start working on stay. That is going to help you a lot when you start stacking the dogs, all right? Also, when you want to take pictures of the dogs, that's why we always have such good glamour shots of Twix. We worked with him a lot. We get him to stay. I can set him up where I want him. I can back up 40, 50 yards. And I can throw a Frisbee, throw a sock, you know, throw an empty trash can or a bucket, whatever, to get his attention, to get his ears to perk up, to get that good glamour shot. That's what we work on. And that's what makes it easy for us to do that, is he learned to stay when he was a puppy. And it all started out from 3 to 5 minutes every time. 3 to 5 minutes every time. Once they get used to that, and it's more about being consistent with it, okay? That's what I was getting at. So you need to do that like 4 days a week, 3 to 5 minutes a day. That's it. It doesn't take a bunch of time and a bunch of effort. Just do it right. Teach them, praise them, have a good connection, good relationship with the pup. Let them know that they are pleasing you, they're doing good. They're running in the bushes or away from me now. Watch this, see if I can get them to come. Elvis, Jagger, come. Elvis, come. Jagger, come. Good boy. Good boy. Jagger, come. Good boy. Good boy, Jagger. Good boy. Elvis, And see, that's what I'm saying, guys. Literally 3 to 5 minutes a day. That's all it takes. So you're going to start with that. Then, like I said, when they get older, you can place the dog where you want. When you start to stack, you can grab a leg and say stack. Move the legs where you want. Place them where you want. Stack or stay, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. They'll get used to that. They understand what you want over time, okay? Then they'll be good at stacking because you have basic obedience down. They know how to stay. So when you stack them, they're going to understand what you're wanting, and it's going to help them learn better. But also, as they get older, you're getting glamour shots and stuff with the dog, okay? It's going to help. You can place the dog where you want. You can back away while somebody's laying down with the camera or in position with the camera. That's when you get your glamour shots. Then you can throw rocks, keys, a crock. You know, we kick off shoes. We do all kinds of stuff to get the dog's attention. So, like I said, guys, that's what works for me. It only takes 3 to 5 minutes. Now we're going to talk about leash training a little bit. I've worked with them on a leash for 2 days now. I should have started them a little earlier than I have, but we've been busy lately. And that's what we're going to do here, okay? So, come, good boy. Jagger does not like the leash, all right? Good boy, you too. Good boy. Come here. And I just start them out on a snake leash like this. One with the eyelet hole, okay? A D-ring, whatever. And you want to make sure that D-ring is right here below the ear, pointing up, just like that. So when you pull up, you can correct the dog. Just like that, okay? You're not choking the dog or nothing else, all right? Let's see how he does. He does not like it, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to persuade him to come with me. Elvis, quit. Jagger, come on, big boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. So if he gives to the pressure of the leash and follows after me, I'm gonna praise him. They might buck around a little bit, act kind of crazy, but that's just how it goes. Jagger, come, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. See, back this way. Good, good boy. Hey, good boy, good boy. That's literally all it takes, okay? So do 5 reps of that, guys. Hey, good boy, good boy, good boy. See how he's gaining confidence. He's wagging his tail. He's happy, okay? Literally, that's all it takes, guys. 5 reps of that per day. And after 2-3 weeks of doing that, that dog is going to be right next to you, never going to pull on the leash. You're not going to have trouble. You're not going to have problems. It's not rocket science. Now we're going to do Elvis. Elvis, come here. Come. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Okay. So I make that kind of noise when they do something I don't want. I'll make that noise. And it's like a okay, that's what I do. They just don't like it. It's like real alarming to them. So if I tell them to stay and they move, and they're going to, especially when you first start teaching it, if they go to move and walk away or run away from you, okay, that's when I do that. I give them that cue of no, 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 no. You can do whatever you want, okay? But it's something that you do consistently. You say it all the time. That way, when you go to start stacking the dog and they do something you don't want, you can do the same thing. You know, or no, no, no. You know, whatever you want to say. Elvis does real good on a leash. Like I said, we haven't been working on this very often. 2 days, I think, is how long we've been working on it. Come on, Elvis. Good boy. Look at that. Hey, good boy. See? And he's a little bit more advanced there. Hey, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And you'll notice, guys, I'm not choking him. I'm not yanking him. If he doesn't want to go, I'll give a little 2 bump, you know, a little bump to kind of encourage him, but that's it. And it's good to change direction and stuff as well. Come on. Look how confident he is. And I'm letting him have it. Hey, come on. Good boy. Look at that. Hey, that, he's trying to stop by Jagger. Come. That. Good boy. Good boy. It's a good boy. But anyway, guys, that's all it takes, okay? Like I said, like 5 reps of that, and he does great. He's doing really good with it. Now we're gonna get on to stacking. I hope you guys enjoyed that part. Sometimes they're gonna kind of bucker down on you like a horse. You know, they're gonna pull against you. They're gonna buck around. They're not gonna like it. Yank their head around. Just ignore it. Just keep a little pressure on that leash. try to entice them, try to encourage them to come like this. Watch. Come. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. And it's not, you're not trying to go half a football field, you know, 50 yards. If you have a puppy and you just start working with them, 2 to 3 steps, that's it. Praise them. You know, good boy. Praise them, praise them, praise them. 2 to 3 more steps. Good boy. 2 to 3 more steps. Good boy. And then call it a day. That's it. The next day, do the same thing. It's more about consistency. I would much rather spend, you know, 3 to 5 minutes a day with a puppy than try to go put in 2 long sessions with them per week. It's just not, it's not as effective, you know. So that's that part, guys. Now we're gonna get to stacking real quick. Come here. Okay. Good boy. See, he's a natural on the leash. He's doing great. All right, guys, one thing I really wanted to talk to you about. I've been getting a lot of questions. I'm not sponsored by them or nothing else, okay? This is what I use. This stuff is amazing, all right? I start giving this to my puppies at 6 weeks old. There's a little dipper in here. All it is, okay? It's dust. That's it. Just a dusty little product, powder, that's it, okay? You got there's a little dipper in there. It's got your servings in there. You sprinkle it on their dog food. Pour their dog food, sprinkle it on there, you're good to go. This stuff is amazing for their bone, joint, and soft tissue. That's what it says right here at the bottom, all right? So connective tissues and stuff, and the ligaments, joints and stuff. This stuff is phenomenal. It's gonna help your puppy if they're weak in the pasterns, if they're teething, stuff like that. Like, this stuff is amazing. And when they are teething, or when you get an ear crop done, that puppy is using nutrients to heal the cartilage in the ears. When it has new teeth coming in, it's using nutrients. Their body's trying to bring those new teeth in and grow. While that's happening, you'll notice, and I've noticed this over time, the dog's pasterns right here will get weak. They'll be down in the pasterns, okay? And this is one thing I'm showing you guys, okay? Elvis is slightly weak in the pasterns, and he's teething right now. So, and you'll see what I'm saying when I stack him up, okay? See here? And it's not bad. He's slightly down in the pasterns. That's it. But we are going to stack him up real quick. I'm going to show you guys, all right? To stack the puppy. You start working on this when they're young, around 6 weeks old. You stack them up. At first, you're not going to use the leash. You're going to grab their muzzle, all right? And all you're working on is 2 to 3 seconds of, hey, I want you to be placed where I put you. That's it. And you're going to have problems with those back legs and stuff at first. But you hold the muzzle. You set their fronts like this. You hold their muzzle. Then you set the rear. And then let go of their muzzle. You don't want to frustrate the puppy. If they stay there for 1 or 2 seconds, praise them. Even when they're 6 weeks old, praise them. Tell them they're good boy. Good boy, good girl. But this is Elvis stacked. I wanted to show you guys in the lanky stage what we're looking at here. Get a back shot on him. He's a beautiful boy. And in the lanky stages, I'll explain something to you guys here in just a minute. Okay? And you guys saw his movement, like he moves effortlessly. He has beautiful movement on him. He's a gorgeous boy. He's got a short back. If I could get him to lean forward just a little bit further into the stack, he would kill it. And we've been working on that. And he doesn't, when he's stacked, he's a little bit nervous, so he doesn't love treats as much, but he's getting used to it. Peanut butter he does love, and a lot of times I will use that. But see, I've been working on him. So if he moves a leg, I'll take his little treat away and set that leg back again. But that's it, guys. Okay, we're stacking Elvis right now. He is looking phenomenal. Good boy. That's a good boy. Give him that snack. Praise him. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Okay, that is what a normal session would look like. Basically what you guys just saw with Elvis. Look how beautiful this boy is. And like I said, guys, this is in his lanky stage. He's gonna be massive. And if I had to guess his stats, like right now, he's 32 pounds, guys. I mean, he's huge. I'm 5'11", 5'10 and a half, 5'11", 200 pounds. And look at this boy. He's massive. And you probably can't tell in the video, but he's shredded too. Like, he has really good muscle definition, tight skin, beautiful coat. He's gorgeous. Awesome rear end. I love that boy. He's beautiful. One thing you have to pay attention to with puppies in the lanky stage is they're gonna grow at funky, weird stages. That's why it's called the ugly stage or the lanky stage, okay? That's what we're referring to. So when dogs grow taller, they get more narrow. When their legs get long and they get lengthy, leggy is what I like to call it. The body doesn't match the legs yet, okay? They'll catch up, they'll thicken up. That rear, it's gonna narrow as well. They might even have a little bit of a weird wobble in the rear for a little bit, okay? It's gonna catch back up. Those bones and stuff are still developing. That dog is still developing, okay? And those things can cause your puppy, at 8 weeks old, you might have a phenomenal top line. 13, 14, 15 weeks, you could have a slight high rear, okay? It will balance itself back out. Don't worry about it. If the dog had a nice top line at 8 weeks old, chances are it's gonna look great at 6 months old. It's gonna look great at 9 months old, at 12 months old, okay? Same thing with the pasterns. When the ears are cropped and they're healing, or when they're teething, okay? Or when they lack nutrients, or they're just getting very heavy, they're putting on a lot of weight, you know, as puppies, they can get weak in those pasterns. If they do get weak in the pasterns, it's gonna cause that front end to drop a little bit. When that happens, you can have a slight high rear. Elvis is kind of in that stage right now. He looks great, he moves great. He'll stack up really good and look great at first, and then he gets a little weak in his pasterns, you know, and that's causing that front end to come down a little bit. He has a little bit of a slight high rear. Nothing that I'm worried about, because I've seen him develop. That's also another reason why people say trust the blood, all right? So, you know what that pup's gonna turn out like. You see the parents, okay? You study the pedigree, all right? Make a good decision. Your pup, you picked it, you love it, it looks great at 8 weeks, trust it. Let it develop, okay? Let them cook. That's what I'm saying. Let the pup cook, because they're gonna look phenomenal. There are gonna be some lanky stages, some ugly stages. They may get super snippy in the muzzle and stuff. Their top skull might get real flat, you know, stuff like that. You gotta let that slide. Don't even look at the dog, even when you're stacking your dog and practicing. When you notice the rear getting high, don't worry about it, all right? We can even talk about Bowser, for instance. Bowser as a puppy was one of the ugliest pups, like as far as like structure. He would leap like a frog, you know, for a while. Okay, we let him cook, and now he's probably one of the cleanest pockets we've ever produced. Okay, so trust the blood, let the dog develop. All right, get used to having lanky stages, get used to the dogs getting a little narrow. Stuff like that's gonna happen. I'm showing you guys what a lot of breeders are not showing you. This is the lanky stage. Get ready for those things. Same thing with that rear. That rear could get tall and stiff. So when you do set those hocks perpendicular to the ground, it can shoot that rear a little bit higher as well. Same thing is going on with Elvis right now. He's a little weak in the pasterns and he's grown a little taller. His rear looks a little bit stiffer. Not a big deal. He's a phenomenal pup. I'm super excited about him, and we'll be ready to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here in about 6 months. Back to that real quick. You guys were asking if your pup has 𝐒𝐶, a little turn in the fronts, little weak pasterns, whatever. If you're having issues with that stuff, get you some PhytoFlex. It's good stuff, I'm telling you. And like I said, I'm not sponsored by them or nothing else, but that stuff works. I have another old video talking about that, and I get messages about that one video all the time. SureGrow pills are also pretty good, and feed a good high quality puppy food. If I had to guess Elvis's stats as he gets older, I think he's gonna be around 17 inches. So either a real big pocket, real tall pocket, or a short standard. I think he's gonna be around 100 pounds or more. He's massive. He's one of the biggest pups off of anything we've ever produced. And head size wise, Horos had a 14-inch head when he was 11 weeks old. If I'm not mistaken, I think Elvis had a 15 to 15 and a half inch head at 11 weeks old. So I'm thinking and Horos has a 27-inch head now. So if he had a 14-inch head as a puppy and a 27-inch head now, I mean, he's got similar blood. So I kind of imagine he'll be right around that same mark. I think he'll probably have about a 27-inch head or bigger. He's gonna be a big, beautiful boy. I'm super excited about him. Now this boy is gonna be super, super short. His neck is starting to come in pretty nice too. But this is different blood. This is real heavy Grimm, guys. Real heavy Grimm. And I'll even throw a picture of Grimm up at 8 months old. And there's really not much of an argument. I would say Grimm's probably one of the best producers, if not the best producer of all time. But I'm gonna throw up a picture of him when he was 8 months old. And then we'll do a comparison with him when he's about 8 months old. But it's different blood, so I'm kind of excited. Like Elvis has Shamrock in his pedigree, Shamrock and Samson up front. But Twix, but Twix is a pocket. But anyway, guys, oh, you got you a treat. See, this boy is not weak in the pasterns at all. He has a very, very beautiful, nice erect pasterns. He stacks beautifully. He stacks better than Elvis. Elvis doesn't like to lean into it and get straight up on his front end as much, but he's getting there, he's learning. But Elvis is better on a leash, you know, so you gotta take what you can get. But anyway, guys, get a rear shot on him. This boy's gonna be thick. Even though right now he's nowhere near as big, he has a thick rear, thick body, beautiful fronts. He's gonna be gorgeous, I'm telling you. He's very, very short. I imagine he'll probably be around 14 inches tall. But he's beautiful, guys. And I know in video, like, it probably doesn't do justice, but he's a little beast. I think he's around 25, 26 pounds. And it's very clean, very well balanced. You know, that's one thing too, is we have good breeders, we have healthy dogs, we don't breed unhealthy dogs. Most of all of our dogs breathe really well. Like you guys see Twix, we can throw a video up on him freaking flying around, hitting the spring pole. We just got a new one of him the other day. We just have to watch out because he'll get hurt because he's crazy. But anyway, guys, this is Jagger. And that's what I'm saying. That's how I stack the dogs. And he's so good, he doesn't even need to have that leash on or really, I mean, I can just ever so slightly hold his muzzle. Adjust his front. Come here. Stack. Stack. Good boy. And this poly tub is a little slippery, but I can just ever so slightly hold his muzzle. Hey, that's a good boy. Good boy. But that's it, guys. So you saw sit, you saw stay, okay? You saw all the things that we do, the leash training. That's about all it takes every day. Just a little bit of work with him every day. His ears turned out great. Yeah, pretty boy. I know. But yeah, his neck's coming in nicely. It's different blood, like I said. I'm excited because I know he's gonna have one heck of a noggin. His mom Venusaur has a phenomenal headpiece. We actually have 2 of his brothers that are actually still available because there was like 5 males off that breeding. But we have 2 of his brothers that are off that breeding that are really nice. But anyway, guys, like I said, that was fun showing you guys these puppies in the lanky stage. Don't forget to get your PhytoFlex. This stuff is the bomb. You can even give it to your adult dogs. It's really good for them as well. But it's really good for growing puppies. Look at that little free stack he's got going on. What? You gonna tear something up? Woo! Look at that. You. Pretty boy. But yeah, this is the lanky stage, guys. Like, I see the potential. I know the potential's there. I'm super excited about both these boys. They're a little bit of a different style of dog, but Elvis is going to be an absolute monster. Huge. This boy's going to be super compact. Jagger's going to be very compact, very bully, and I think super clean for what he is. But that's what we're all about here. We breed for proportion. We breed for well-balanced dogs, healthy dogs that can breathe well, that are functional. Okay, not just a dog that can just barely walk or crawl or wobble around. You know, that's what we do. But I mean, this is super cool. I was super excited to show you guys this video, just raw video of me working with these pups. This is what I do with them about 4 to 5 times a week. And that's what slowly develops that dog into a very well-mannered dog, okay, that listens well on the leash, that stacks well. If you're planning on showing, that's a really good thing to do. And even if you just have a dog, you always want to have control of the dog. You want to have basic obedience. And those are the biggest issues that I see a lot of people have, is they can't get the dog to stay. They can't get the dog to listen or obey. That is exactly what I do with every single dog that I keep, besides some of the females. I will work with female pups and stuff, exactly like I do here. I just won't do as much leash training or strack training, especially if I'm not going to be taking that dog to the show ring. Like I said, if I see a female that has a lot of potential as far as breeding, she's just going to be a brood stock female. And sometimes that's what you get. But there are other occasions like Bougie B, you know, she's a beautiful female and she went to the show ring, she champed out. But we want to do more content like this, guys. We're going to be doing a build series on the rest of our facility. We do have the structure put up. We have a partial foundation built, but we're super excited to show you guys that. Here in about a month and a half, we're probably going to start. We're going to have some episodes and stuff coming on our build. We're going to show you guys how we designed it, what we need, and why we're doing the things that we are doing, and the reason for setting our facility up the way that we did and stuff. I think that's going to be some really good content for you guys, especially if you're looking to build a kennel of your own. We've been meaning to do this for a while, but we've had a long 2-year process of kind of just taking a break from the build and just working on family and breedings and stuff. But we are excited about that. That is coming. We do have some other content coming soon. Today was super cool. You guys got to check these pups out in their lanky stages. Don't count them out, because trust me, these are some of the nicest pups produced off of anything that we've had so far. We're excited to show you how they develop, how they grow. We are going to have some updates and stuff of them coming. Like I said, we may do another comparison video of them in the future, and then show how well they stack, how well they are on the leash, and then probably, you know, show you guys how we take their glamour shots and stuff like that. We have some other stuff coming on that as well. But good content that we got coming for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment below if you guys have any other ideas. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram at bully.barn.b. Follow us on Facebook at Bully Barn. And as always, you guys have a good one.